What's up guys, it's Shareflex. Now if you've been keeping up with the recent videos, you'll see that we've been doing a lot of videos about a game I made called Operation SOS. But today, I plan to switch it up, bring you guys into the development process for a challenge. Now, the challenge is supposed to be something mirroring a game jam, which is according to the one and only Wikipedia, is a competition where people make games from scratch. The difference in this is that, there's no one else in this competition but me. To make up for the fact that this would be the most dollar store version of a game jam possible, I had some close friends weigh in on what suggestions I should make by providing a genre and a topic. I then put it into a poll and gave that poll to the masses because, power to the people. The idea couldn't possibly go wrong, could it? Oh, would you look at that? Society and Fantasy 1. Wait. After getting the poll back and realizing how scarily close I was to having to make a Yandere simulator, I sighed a sigh of relief, thanking the heavens that I didn't have to risk angering the forces that curse anyone attempting to make a game in that genre under that topic. I then tried to understand just what a game of society and fantasy would look like. So I did what I do best and thought way too deep into every little aspect of the game I was attempting to make. Let me explain. Understandably, all of the participants were overjoyed to give me their ideas and to put into the game deep story arcs, settings, everything. I just want to say, I low-key did none of that. But it's not for lack of trying. I told everyone that they had specifics, I'd take them into account when making the game, and the person who suggested society, the winning vote for the topic, of course. They didn't opt to put any details in, so I mostly focused on the person who put in the details for fantasy, and they suggested an isekai, but in medieval Europe. So me not knowing what to do and searching for a starting point, I searched Google, quick search Google, real quick, and I decided on a platform where boy is running from an angry mob. They trying to murk him because they think his mom is a witch, and this is back in the day, so they they're not having that. So, you know, after sleeping on it, I decided to make a game where players have different choices and it would affect the outcome of the game. And it stars the same kid with a mother with a witch because I was trying to keep the same energy, and that. And basically, it would restart the week every single week. And because you'd learn things from the previous week, you'd be able to change your outcomes and do things that you wouldn't be able to know, and etc. 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 And yeah, it sounds decent. Well, the reason I didn't do the platformer was because I didn't want to do a lot of drawing. So I made a game with a cast of 8 plus main characters, which needed to be drawn from multiple angles, doing multiple actions, not to mention backgrounds. I spent 4 days doing nothing but drawing. So let me tell you how that went. So day one, I spent drawing out how I wanted the story of the game to be by dividing up the interactions and the outcomes with different characters. I figured to make a game with a varying paths, I needed flowcharts, and making an easy system to make this into a game would be the best way. So I drew a different one for each character and kind of hoped everything would fall into place. I also drew some lines and tried to convince myself it was a map, so there it is. Day 2, I started working on a walk cycle for the main character and actually spent a lot of time trying to make like a kind of a template type beat to lessen the work that I'd have to do in the future. It took me the entire day to draw this one walk cycle, and I'm not gonna lie, the boy kinda ugly. I gave the main characters ears on day 3 and shaded them up a bit, and I also drew all the other characters in the game so they'd be ready. Guys, remember when I said I didn't want to draw a lot, right? Keep in mind, day 3 is about a touch with no end in sight, and I have no idea if this game is gonna be trash or pass. I did no testing. I ain't never played this, bruh. And I'm just out here drawing for 3 days straight. Anyways, I finished drawing the characters though, only some of them. Like even after day 3, some just I did not intend to finish them whatsoever. But yeah, and that was day 3. Did more drawing this time, but it was only the backgrounds which looked serviceable. It was not too long after this I received a call from a good old friend in Taku, and after chatting for a bit, I told homeboy about the game. Told him I wasn't feeling too good about it, and he was like, took like one listen about what I was talking about with it, and was like, "Yo, this is too complex. Take a square, make it move. Take something, make it shoot something else. No one's paying you to do this, so all the theatrics are unnecessary." So after taking a step back and reevaluating the project, seeing my moving character with not a game plan in sight, and concurring with my bank account that I indeed was not getting paid to do this. Just kidding, I don't have a bank account. I really thought about starting over. But then I was lazy, so I said nah. But after, once again, sleeping on it, I decided to pack my stuff, throw it away, start over. Thing. But basically, I made all new sprites for the new game idea. It was a black and a white square. They were simple to draw, very simple to draw. And I needed to fit the topic that I was given, which was society and fantasy. So I took the idea of like, a black and a white square. I was like, yo, it's a fantasy. What if it was a world where black and white squares were sentient, bro? And the society part is that, it's a black and a white square. So society. Oh my god. Well, on a serious note, I started working on a platform where you're a black square, and if you touch a white square, it's basically like Mario touching a Goomba. Yeah, it doesn't end well. And the twist is that you can change colors and then safely land on the white squares, but not on the black squares. And basically, I added all that, all the sprites and all the and 3 whole levels in like basically a single day. So that was the W right there. Alright, so day 6 and onwards. So like I said, I got more inconsistent with like recording the actual days because I was kind of just adding levels, honestly. So there wasn't a lot to say. So I'll just touch on the major points. Day 7, I did nothing. Day 8, and added a few more levels. Day 9, I wasn't sure how many levels I wanted to make, etc. etc. Day 13. I second to last day, and I'm rushing to slap stuff into the game that I wanted, like a timer system to follow how fast you finish each level, and a save function for every level, which took me way too long to implement. And I'm very upset that my big brain 404 IQ method did not work. But it's life. And the app crashing a few times, it made it a bit worse. But it's life. It's life. I made a final mad dash to squeeze everything I could into the game, and even rushed to the last minute to slap together a song and a credits theme for this game. Not to mention the cutscene that needed to be done, and the absolute beast of a final level. I made all in one day. To be honest with y'all, between all the rushing to do everything else and technical difficulties along the way, I don't believe I passed this challenge, honestly, like at least not 100%. Because there are a lot of things that I still have to go and move around, and the fact that I'd be changing anything after the time has already passed is, that means that I did pass. So I'll show y'all what I did. Well, I think I already did show y'all. Oh, editing will show that. Anyways, yeah, the most important part is missing. Look at these credits, bro. Look at this.